All right, everyone. So we have season 2, episode 9 of Hell of a Boss. This is Apology Tour. Now, last month we did get the full moon, and that episode was about obviously the monthly appointments between Blitz and Stolas, except this time it went completely differently. It was Stolas essentially trying to make things more of, I guess, an actual relationship between himself and Blitz. But obviously, if you know these two, you know that they obviously have a lot of problems. And that was going to get in the way of them trying to actually have a proper relationship. And it pretty much went exactly how I think a lot of us predicted it was going to happen. Not necessarily because we wanted it to happen, but because we knew that based on the problems that these two have, it just wasn't going to end well. And we all knew inevitably this relationship was going to implode. And that's exactly what happened in the previous episode. And now we have the continuation here with Apology Tour. Now, before we get into the episode, I do have to give you guys this disclaimer. Excuse me, I can talk, I promise. Or just full disclosure, I did already watch this episode, so I know what happens. And I do apologize because you're not going to get a 100% new blind reaction, I guess. But I do still want to watch this episode with you guys and give you my thoughts as we watch it. And I'm still going to do it. If you're wondering, like, why are you recording a reaction if you already watched the episode, is because I do still enjoy watching this episode with you guys. And oftentimes I find myself finding new things upon watching the episode a second time that I didn't catch the first time I watched it. So I'm looking forward to watching this with you guys. But if you still don't want to watch this because it's not a blind reaction, I completely understand. But if you are still here, then just know I really do appreciate you. And thanks for, watching the episode. And if you're interested, watch some of my other Hell of a Boss reactions. And only maybe a couple of them I did already watch before I recorded the reaction. But most of them are blind reactions. So if you're interested in my reactions to the other episodes of Hell of a Boss, you can find them on the channel. I will leave the playlist at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and watch this episode. And this is, like I said, episode 9 of season 2 of Apology Tour. So let's go ahead.
Hello, Stolas. You haven't been answering my text, and I sent you a bunch of funny shit, so what gives?
I was hoping my lack of ha-has in response to the photos you sent would be an indicator I didn't want to talk right now.
I want to feel like I'm earning my way to Earth. Okay, so get your tight, feathered ass out of that lawn chair and into the bedroom so I can fuck it.
Wow. Poetry. I'm sure such...
Okay, so yeah, this is probably the first thing that I do want to talk about is that we're picking up right where the, previous episode left off, or not right where the previous episode left off. I don't know how much time it's exactly been since the events of Full Moon. We don't know if it's only been a couple of days or maybe even a couple of weeks since, but it is after the events of that episode, obviously. And yeah, you can see things are still strained between the two. And the, obviously the rest of the episode is going to include more of that, especially what happens like towards the second half of the episode. It definitely goes more into Blitz and Stolas' relationship, or how Stolas was viewing the relationship from his end, and also how Blitz viewed the relationship from his end. I can talk, I promise. But yeah, I am absolutely loving this. I do love that they, don't just resolve it quickly. They don't just hand wave it away, that they are sticking with it, and they're showing that yes, there are, consequences to people's actions, and that it is going to affect the relationship between characters, and it's not just going to essentially just be hand waved away or say, oh yeah, it just got resolved off screen. I do like that they're actually doing that.
Such a statement would have had me swooning by now.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that was a shitty way for me to say it, but you usually like it when I talk all dirty and fucky and shit. Come on.
Well, I mean, Blitz, you have to remember that the only reason why he did that was because he thought that that's how you enjoyed it, or that's how you liked it, and he was kind of playing into that. So that's kind of why he was doing it, and why he always liked it when you talked to him that way, because he thought that, oh, that's how you find things interesting. So when he heard you talk to him like that, it put it in his head that, oh, you were finding him interesting. That's why he liked it so much. But now that he knows you really don't enjoy it that much, it doesn't really affect him that way. You know what I mean?
We don't do words, we do sex.
As shocking as this might seem,
Maybe that's your problem. You should do words more. You need to actually sit down, you need to actually talk.
it's bad enough I got an invite to this anti-Blitzo party, an honorary invite for being your freshest ex.
Verosika! Of course, that fucking bitch.
I will say, it's rather concerning you have an entire party devoted to hating you, though, Blitz.
Oh, please.
Well, I mean, knowing Blitz, it's probably not that surprising.
Everyone hates me for shitty reasons. In the end, everyone's just bitter they couldn't tie this ass down. I'm too
Yeah, we later find out that that's absolutely not the case.
much imp to simp.
By the way, I am sorry. I'll try not to pause too much throughout the episode.
You really think that's the reason?
Yes, sir, they couldn't handle it. I moved on.
Oh, so you're used to being the one who crushes others' feelings, hmm?
If by crushes others' feelings you mean in shit before it gets serious, then bingo, I'm doing everyone a favor because relationships are boring.
Oh, yes, very boring. So what are you doing here, then?
Waiting for you to realize how good an angry fuck would be.
Yes, he is. Stolas is, he's catching on. Like, he's starting to realize that, okay, Blitz, doesn't really believe in a lot of the things that he's saying. Like, everything he said here with, they're just upset that, they couldn't bag this or whatever. But in reality, no. They're upset because you pissed them off. Because you've been doing this for a while now and you know what? Okay, I'll save it for later because it does get it. The episode does kind of explain it, themselves.
Be right now.
Get out. Right now.
You want me to show your rich princey ass what a real fucking is.
Stop it.
You get off to getting plowed by people you look down on.
I don't look down on you. How many times do I... When have I ever... You speak just like that vile striker friend of yours.
Okay, so I do want to discuss that real quick. Okay, wow, interesting place to pause. So what Stolas said right here in response to what Blitz said.
People you look down on.
I don't look down on you. How many times do I... When have I ever... You...
So what he said right there, he doesn't look down on him. When have I ever... Here's the thing. I've seen people basically theorize that, one of Stolas' problems that he doesn't realize that some of his actions in a way are condescending. And while, yes, that does indeed happen, the thing is that, they do also acknowledge that, Stolas, like the things that he says, he doesn't mean it as being condescending. Like they always point to like what Stolas was doing in the first season, like, saying things like to Bliss, like my impish little plaything or whatever. For me personally, the way I see it is that was against Stolas' way of flirting. See, remember, he thought that this is what Blitz is into based on their first interaction with each other. He thought that Blitz likes the dirty pet names. He likes the dirty talk. When, he doesn't really, or at least maybe he didn't at that time. And Stolas just, again, he even acknowledges later on in the episode that it was all just part of his delusion. He just believed that that's what Blitz was into. Now, again, Blitz did play a part of that because he did lead him on. He did make him believe that that's what he was into. So that's why he did that. And then he thought that when Blitz was essentially telling him, look, dude, stop. I'm not into this. Okay. Could you please just stop calling me that, that name, the way he calls him Blitzy, and just please just call me by my name. He thought that, oh, this is just part of it. But again, it's like, I understand things from Blitz's perspective, but at the same time, I also understand where Stolas is coming from because, again, he was kind of led on by Blitz. I mean, that first interaction of theirs, it was all Blitz. Blitz was the one who led him on, who made him believe something that wasn't actually true, even though I think it did eventually become true. And we do see that in this episode. But I fully understand, and I think this is why so many people are on Stolas' side, at least in my opinion, because maybe either they went through something similar or they just side more with Stolas in this situation. Again, they understand where Blitz is coming from, but I think they see Stolas as being more so in the right. And if I'm being honest, while I do think both of them are at fault, both of them do have problems, if I'm being 100% honest, I do kind of side with Stolas on this at least. Stolas has problems, don't get me wrong, but in this instance, I think that Stolas is a little bit more in the right, while also, again, acknowledging that he himself, didn't help with a lot of his actions.
Speak, just like that vile striker friend of yours,
Yes,
the
he
one who
does.
tried to kill me and you couldn't be bothered to come help me. Remember him?
Hey, look, I do not.
Well, okay, so to that, in Blitz's defense, his daughter did need him. He had to take his daughter to, the doctor, which is something that I think Stolas himself would understand. And it's one thing that I do kind of wish Blitz would have said here. I do kind of wish Blitz would have just said, well, no, I couldn't go because my daughter needed me. And I think Stolas would have understood. It's like, oh, okay, well, I understand putting your daughter, or caring about your daughter more than anything. I do kind of wish Blitz would have said that here. I don't know why they didn't have him say this, if I'm being honest. Like, why didn't they have him say, like, no, my daughter needed my help. And, my team said, okay, you know what? You go take care of your daughter. We'll go help Stolas. It's not that Blitz didn't want to. He wanted to at first. But again, Moxie said, look, you go help Luna. Me and Millie will go help Stolas. Like, he could have just explained it. Instead, he said what he's about to say right here, which, again, I don't understand why that's the case.
Not sound like, and I didn't know he was
Also, okay, yeah. I'll let him finish.
capable. I stopped him the first time, didn't I?
The first time?
Okay, yeah, this. So what he said right there, Blitz. Here's the thing. Like I said, I wish he would have just said what happened, because again, I think Stolas would have understood, why Blitz didn't go. But at the same time, what he said right there, like, I don't sound like. That's the thing. I think that this is probably the first time someone really pointed out to him that, yeah, you do sound exactly like Stryker, how he views royals, that, you two aren't really that different in that regards. And what he said right there, he didn't think he was capable. Again, it goes into how Blitz was viewing Stolas, that he thought that he's this unstoppable demon royalty who could just never be killed, when in reality, we know that it doesn't matter how powerful you are, there are things that can kill you. Like, you're not immortal. You're not this eternal, all-powerful being that can live forever and you can never be harmed.
Yeah.
And also, this. Sorry, I forgot about what he just said right there. Let's let him finish.
Oops. No. Who said that?
You knew someone was trying to assassinate me?
No, I stopped him, and I really didn't think you could actually get hurt. You're immortal and shit. You're a fucking prince. If me and my team could kick that guy's ass that easily, then I'm sure you'd have no problem.
I suppose you are right.
Okay, so what Blitz said right there, I do kind of agree with him. I can understand how he would think that, okay, well, if we took care of this guy, no problem, then someone as powerful as Stolas, like, he could have taken him out, no problem. I can understand why Blitz would think that. And look, I think I might have said this during my reaction video to episode 4 of season 2. I do think it is a bit kind of convenient how everything just went perfectly in Stryker's favor when it came to capturing Stolas. I do think it was a little bit convenient. And again, I do understand why Blitz thought this way, but at the same time, I also get where Stolas is coming from in regards to, so you knew someone was trying to kill me, but you didn't think to let me know, which that to me is a little bit weird. Like, why didn't he tell him? And also, didn't Stolas sit literally right across from Stella as she was saying this? So, like, was he just not paying attention? I mean, it did kind of look like he wasn't paying attention, but I kind of always took that to mean that, oh, yeah, she's planning to kill me. Yeah, whatever. I mean, this is kind of normal, where we are. We're in hell. We're demons. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Why would I allow everyone to see how much I like you? How I've tried so fucking hard to spend time with you, to support you? You don't owe me those things, but you can't just ignore all that.
Okay, so what he said right there, I do like that he included that, Blitz doesn't owe him that, because that is true. Just because you want something from someone doesn't necessarily mean that they owe you that. But at the same time, it is also, I think, kind of shitty for Blitz to at least acknowledge what Stolas was doing. At least in my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's fine. Let me know in the comments. But in my opinion, I do kind of agree with what Stolas there. And again, I do like that he included that Blitz doesn't owe him that, because that is true. Just because you want something from someone, in this case a relationship, that doesn't mean that you, or that doesn't mean that they owe you that. Especially if you go out of your way to show that this is what you want. If that's not what they want, then that's it. That's there's nothing else that can be said about that. It's not what they want. There's really nothing else you can say about that. Yeah.
Everyone but you.
Well, I mean, technically you do kind of owe him, because you wouldn't have that crystal that you end up using in this episode if it wasn't for him. So technically you do kind of owe him at least that much.
Doing, baby? You holding up okay?
Well, this certainly beats the last Earth party I attended on Hallows Eve.
All hail
Oh yeah, this was.
Demon Prince Stolas.
I was told there would be cake.
Yeah, this right here. So they're burning the Blitz doll, which I just thought was absolutely hilarious. Just little things that they add to the in the back, or little things that they add in the background that I think is really cool.
Now,
shit.
it's time to hear from the special new guest of honor of the night, Stolas! Get up here and say a few words. Tell us all about your experience with Blitzo, the cock-sucking motherfucker! Come on, baby, speak from your heart. We all here know how you feel.
See, here's the thing. Like, I think that a lot of people were also saying the same thing, because I remember saying this a while back. But I think that this is something that Stolas absolutely needs right now. I think that he absolutely needs people that he can just talk to, people that he can just be friends with and not have to worry about anything else. Because, we know from his story that he probably didn't have a lot of them. I think that's one of the reasons why Blitz was so important to him, is because he felt like Blitz was the only person who ever actually saw him. Obviously, again, back then, at least we can say, at least back then, Blitz didn't see it the same way, and it's understandable why, because he knows that the only reason why I'm even hanging out with him is because my dad was paid for this. This wasn't my choice. I didn't find this kid. I didn't find him interesting, and I say, hey, I'd like to hang out with him. So it wasn't because of his choice, but I do think that based on, again, what they showed us, that he ended up actually kind of enjoying it. He did kind of enjoy spending time with Stolas. And sorry, I just hit the keyboard. But I think that at the same time, just like what happened when they were kids, their relationship started out bad with the whole transaction. Even though, again, I think that that's not what Stolas' intentions were. But then eventually, after a while, Blitz actually started to enjoy spending time with him. And he did to Stolas what he ended up doing to, everyone at this party, where he immediately saw that it was getting serious and he just chose to self-destruct. That's what I was trying to say earlier. He was being self-destructive. He just completely sabotages anything that's good in his life, and he'll just continue to do so because he just refuses to let himself be serious with anyone, at least for, at least when it comes to anything romantic. He is able to be serious with with Fizz. I think he is able to be serious with Fizz, but he can't do it with Stolas because it means being in an actual genuine relationship, and he's just not willing to accept that. And we find out why later on, and he gets a bit of a wake-up call. But yeah, we're about to get the song, and like I said, I do like this. I do like that that Stolas is with people who actually support him and actually tell him that, hey, listen, we get it. We know what you're going through. Don't worry, you're among friends here. I do like this because I think, again, Stolas absolutely needed this. He needs people in his life who genuinely support him. I think right now he does have his daughter, Although based on the trailer, it seems like that might not last for very long. But right now he does have his daughter, but that's pretty much it. He doesn't have any like actual friends. You know what I mean? And I think that again, this is what he needed. But let's go ahead and continue.
I let you get too close. I let it go too far. Now I know, now I know, now I know exactly what you are. Na 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 na. A motherfucker. But maybe it's all on me for missing every sign and every glance and every turn. No, 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 he's a motherfucker.
So I like that right there, what he just said right there. You know, maybe it's on me because I missed all the signs and I missed all the glances. Again, he's acknowledging that, okay, maybe part of it was on me because I didn't see that Blitz wasn't really interested. Even though, again, we know as the audience that Blitz is interested, but he wasn't interested at first. He became interested over time, but I unfortunately think that it was a little too late. And it got to the point where, again, Blitz did what he usually does, where he just handles it the wrong way, just absolutely handles it the wrong way.
What if I read this so wrong? What if we just don't belong? All this what if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if, why makes me burn?
That was it right there. That was the moment where he realized that, oh, I made Stolas believe that it didn't mean a thing, even though, again, we know it did.
The mother.
Thank you for your time. Oh, yes, I recall. Everyone but me is getting your cheap apologies tonight. Well, you certainly have your work cut out for you.
Look, how I acted this morning, it was fucked, okay?
This morning? Oh, why did you show up there? Why did you show up here?
You already asked that, but look, I just really need to talk to you, to
Yeah.
explain.
Oh?
Stolas is, I think, here's the thing. Someone pointed this out online, and I wish I would have caught this, but I think, yeah, this is the first time Blitz has seen just how much Stolas actually drinks. And, you know, we saw how much Blitz, you know, is willing to drink just to drown his, you know, his troubles in episode 8 when they went to that party. But I think Blitz is kind of seeing it for himself when someone else does it. You know, he's actually getting to see it for himself. What happens when someone uses alcohol to, you know, to try and forget their, you know, some of the things that they're trying to forget. In this case, with Stolas, it's his relationship with Blitz.
I've always been real shit at sorries, okay? They're for pussies, and no one fucking deserves them anyway, but okay, what I mean is, I said sorry a lot today, and honestly, didn't really mean any of it, because the only one I wanted to say it to was you, Stolas. This whole thing we had going, I mean, you're a fucking prince. How could you ever actually care for an imp? Me. How could anybody?
Blitz, there is...
Okay, so sorry, before we get to what Stolas is about to say, but again, that's it right there. See, he convinced himself that he thought it was just royals and imps, but in reality, he saw it as, no, they're just not going to care about me. Just trying to use the whole royals and imps as a mask. It's not that, it's that he didn't believe that, you know, it was him. He didn't believe anyone would actually like him. And again, like what Stolas is about to say is actually very, very poignant. So he is actually very, well, not poignant. What's the word I'm looking for? It's, you know, I'll just let it play.
A crowd full of people here who cared so much, they throw an entire fucking party about hating you every year. Do you know how much you have to care to do something as stupid as that?
Stolas, you
See, right there. Right there. Again, he basically just pointed it out to Blitz. It's like they do care. They did care, at least, maybe. The thing is that Blitz, again, convinced himself that they didn't, when in reality, that wasn't the case. And he just never thought twice about it.
I want to know what it's like to not be alone. I want to be someone's someone. I want to feel wanted. But like, in a romantic way, like I'm standing out in the rain at a train station and
So, sorry, I just want to talk about that for a minute, okay? Because I do think this is important, what Stolas said right here.
wanted. But like, in a romantic way, like...
So what he just said right there, he wants to be wanted, but in a romantic way. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because I know some people have said that Stolas, you know, he keeps talking about how he doesn't want to be alone, or he doesn't want to be, you know, what is it? He doesn't want to, you know, feel like he's alone. He doesn't want to feel like people, like someone doesn't love him. The thing is that people say that, okay, well, what about your daughter? You know, you have a daughter, right? The thing is that yes, he does have a daughter. He does love her. He loves Octavia. Again, not the best father. He's got some stuff that he needs to work on, absolutely. And again, I think we know based on the trailer that that's absolutely going to possibly come back and bite him. But the thing is that people need to remember that even if you, let's say, have friends, even if you, let's say, have family who all love and support you, it's still possible for someone to at least feel alone. Again, I know that might not that might not make sense to a lot of people, but it is definitely possible. And the thing is that Stolas obviously wants something in his life, and he's literally telling us this right now. Like, it's no longer implied. He's basically spelling it out for the audience, or they're having him spell it out for the audience. And, you know, sometimes when you don't have that, it's upsetting, you know? And again, I think pretty much like all of us can relate to this, because I think all of us were there at least at one point in our lives where we feel like, you know, because we don't have this, we might never be happy. Now, obviously that's not true. You can still be happy even if you don't have the things that you want. You just learn to be appreciative of the things that you do have. And again, I do believe that Stolas at least appreciates the things that he does have, but he also knows that this is what he wants in life. And with Blitz, I don't think, like, Blitz can't give that to him because Blitz still needs to work on himself. Blitz doesn't even love himself. And you know that saying that you've probably heard a million times at this point. You know, you can't love someone else if you don't even love yourself. Again, it's a bit of a cliche, but it's, you know, a cliche because it's true. And right now, Stolas, he wants that. And again, this doesn't mean that he doesn't love his kid, because again, I know some people probably point that out. It's like, doesn't this kind of feel like he's like not really appreciative of his kid and all that? But again, it's that's not what he's saying. Obviously, he appreciates Octavia. He loves her. He cares about her. But the thing is that, like, there's still something that he wants in life, and he's not getting it. And that can sometimes make someone feel alone, even though they know that that's actually not the case. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick, because I know a lot of people have talked about that, and they, you know, like they go against Stolas because of that, because they feel like he's not appreciative of his child and all that. And I don't think that's true. He does, absolutely. But like I said, he wants something out of life, and he's literally telling us right now he wants someone who wants him in a romantic way. Like, that's what he wants out of life. And he's not getting it, which is why he feels upset and why he feels lonely, even though that's actually not the case. So just wanted to talk about that for a bit.
I'm standing out in the rain at a train station, and someone is shouting, "Harriet, don't get on that train! It's going to London, and I cannot be without you!"
Oh,
So, okay, I just want to ask, can someone tell me what that's from? Because that sounds very familiar. So I'm hoping one of you guys can tell me where that's from. And, you know, Blitz mentions it's from rom-com, but I don't know where some, because again, it sounds familiar. I just can't remember where it was. So if one of you could let me know in the comments.
The point is, I just want someone to care. if I stay or go. I want someone to want me, to want to see me, to hold me, look at me and think, you're the only one I want. I desire to hold you and talk to you, never let you feel so. You, why are you here? I don't want you here. Go home, please. Let me not feel so sad.
So yeah, Bryce obviously doing a very, very good job with the voice acting right there. Then again, I don't think he's ever done a bad job, so not really surprising there. But yeah, see, again, what he said right there, again, I know some people might listen to that, again, feel like, okay, isn't he kind of dismissing his kid? Like, again, that's not what's happening here. He wants the romance. That's what he wants. And, yeah, he acknowledges that, look, I don't want what we get in rom-coms where, someone does the big grand gesture and all that. Like, that's not, here's the thing. That's just fantasy. Most people who watch rom-coms, they understand that it's not real life. It's played up for story. It's fantasy, basically. But the thing is, he boils it down to, like, I want that person in my life. Someone who, again, I'll let Stolas say it.
Oh, fuck you. The point is, I just want someone to care if I stay or go. I want someone to want me, to want to see me, to hold me, look at me and think, you're the only one I want. I desire to hold you and talk to you, never let you feel so.
Yeah, see, I mean, he says it right there. And again, it's not that he doesn't have anything with Octavia. He does. But you got to remember, like, Octavia eventually, she's going to grow up and she's going to eventually move on with her life. She's going to live her life eventually. And then when that happens, who's Stolas going to have? I mean, he'll still have her in his life, but she also has to go and live her life, which is what every kid does eventually. They grow up and they move on and they go on and to live their own lives. Now, that doesn't mean that, their family isn't in their lives anymore, but they have their own life to live. And then who's Stolas going to have? He's not going to have anyone, at least from where he is now at this point. If Blitz, like, essentially doesn't really want anything to do with him, then he's essentially going to be alone. Now, he doesn't have to be, because, we've pointed out that, okay, yeah, you could go out and you could meet someone else. You could, make some friends who are, going to be there for you, not help you feel so alone. You could do that. Or, maybe he could try and it fails and he'll just essentially be on his own. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to give my thoughts on that. But back to the episode.
Hey,
Oh, hello.
great song earlier. You have great pipes.
Thank you.
You'd want to dance?
You want to dance with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, just 1 second. Let's go back. This person right here. Also, I noticed that a lot of the background imps are dressed like characters. So just 1 second. Let me explain. Like right here, these two characters right here. So this one kind of looks like the bride from Kill Bill, except she's wearing short shorts and whatever this is. But who's the other person supposed to be? That's where I tried to figure that out, but I couldn't put it together. Like who are you supposed to be? And also in a previous scene, we saw two imps dressed like Harley and Ivy, from DC. I am wondering, like, are they able to get away with that? But whatever. Anyway, if you guys know, like, who's she supposed to be here?
Hey, Ver.
So, an apology tour, huh? You got a lot of balls coming here, Blitzo.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm guessing, like, either she found out about the apology tour, or maybe she overheard them talking, and he said she heard Stolas say, "Oh yeah, your apology tour," and she's like, "Okay, so he went on an apology tour and never thought to apologize to me." And she probably heard him say, like, "Yeah, the only person I actually want to apologize to is you, which probably, rubbed her the wrong way.
Everyone here hates me.
Yep, that's the point, dumbass.
So what, you're waiting for your sorry?
Oh, fuck you, you little prick.
Well, I'm sorry for always telling it like it is, sister. Well, I'm just being honest. I'm sorry for dumping you. Sorry for not.
See, here's the thing, Blitz. You can be honest without being a dick. And okay, that's the difference, okay? Obviously, people should be honest, be real. But at the same time, don't be a dick about it. And you know how some people use the whole excuse of, well, I'm just being real. Well, no, dude, you're being a dick, okay? You're just being a dick, and you're just using the whole I'm being real as an excuse. Let's just be honest about that.
Falling head over heels for you, or that guy, or fucking Dennis, or anyone at this
Seriously,
stupid fucking party.
Why the hell does everyone hate Dennis? And even now he's catching strays. What the hell's going on?
Oh, you are.
Why am I all of a sudden the bad guy just for sucking at relationships?
Are you expecting sympathy? Oh, poor Blitz. Finally having to own that his actions affect other people's fifis. Bitch, please.
I'm sorry, I can't take anyone seriously when they say fifis. I just can't.
When the fun guy I was dating decided to just bail on me because I made the shitty mistake of saying I love... It was the most embarrassing feeling to be vulnerable for once, and you really just know how to send a message in the shittiest fucking way. The worst
So yeah, I'll let her finish.
part is you still make me feel like a bad person for being angry at you now.
You're right. I actually am, sorry. I don't want to be this way. Not forever.
Hold it, Blitz. If you want to change, it just starts with saying, good for him. Hope he gets laid. Here, have some cake, fuckwad.
I mean, I don't know if I would say the hope he gets laid part, but yeah, good for him. Absolutely. That's true. Yeah, what she said right there, if you really do want to change and if you really do care about him, then just be happy that he's at least, at least has someone. Now, whether or not I don't think it's actually going to become anything, because I said before, I do think that these two are, the end game. I think that's kind of obvious. They are very clearly setting that up. But right now, I think Stolas does need to be with other people. He needs a break from Blitz. I think they both need a break from each other. And also how she handed him a heart. That's actually pretty funny.
And I wanted you. So now I'm drawing circles in the
Yeah, so I do like that because, again, he's getting to see, really see for the first time just how much he actually hurt all these people.
sand, trying to understand how you do the things you do. Sometimes it's so hard to bid. Sometimes I'm so full of shit. But this much is true. Baby, I'm not over it. I'm over you.
Okay, I mean, that must feel like shit. Like you think, okay, I'm out. Maybe I'll listen to something else. You turn on the radio and it's the same fucking song. Oh man. So that's the episode. And again, we are over an hour into this reaction. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to cut this down. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you stayed till the end, let me know in the comments if you did stay to the end. And I hope I'll see you guys for my reaction to the next episode, which I think should be in either September or October. We have 10, 11, and 12. So we've got 3 more episodes. So yeah, I think it's in October. Sorry, I think it's October, and then the next one in November, and then the next one in December. So I'll see you in October. Again, I do have other content on the channel if you want to check it out. Just make sure to click on the channel and you can find my other content right there. And you'll see a playlist for my other HELLUVA Boss episode reactions by the end of this video. Who knows, maybe you're seeing it now, but I'll see you guys then. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.